everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 more weeks.
I used to look at things,
I can't wait.
and they would stay out of it unless one snuck in, and then he'd get shot, tried to leave.
and eat, you could eat.
Yeah.
No, I just.
Use the cold one.
So what are we doing now, a meeting?
This is our quick meeting and then we go into the second.
What's this?
Got it, this is the meeting. Oh, good.
No, we haven't talked.
We haven't talked yet. We're gonna discuss that after.
I'd like to call the committee of the whole meeting, the Ellwood City School Board, for Monday, July 6th, 2015. Visitors, would you have any questions or comments for the board before we start?
You?
I just here's a visitor book.
For those of you who don't know me, my name's Matt Wally. I have a couple of kids in Lincoln, and I coach the junior high wrestling team here. The reason I came to the meeting was due to comments I read in the paper regarding maybe the doing away with the athletic director position. I was concerned with that, and I'd like to comment on it. I'm going to continue.
Having
or-
interviews for that tonight, aren't we? Oh, Thursday.
Okay.
We'll be
That's great.
interviewing, our plan right now is to replace the position.
That's great, because obviously I believe in the value of athletics and the athletic department, and, I'm here to support the position. It's something I think is vital. I'd like to see, I hope you can find somebody that can come in and develop a culture of winning. I firmly believe that there are a lot of benefits to athletics that kids can get just from participating, but going beyond that, the real benefit is what they learn from going all out and making every attempt to win and succeed. The goal setting, the discipline, how to succeed, how to fail, and I think that the leadership at the top of the athletic department should reflect that we're going all out to support the kids. So that's great. They need to learn to compete. They're going to compete for college admissions and jobs and raises and things all throughout their lives. So just want to let you know that I put a big value on that.
Thank you, Mr. Wally. You've articulated that quite well. Certainly don't have to convince me of that, but we are interviewing on Thursday, and our plan is to replace the position.
It's just
Thank
a
you.
part-time position,
I
which is
understand
some
that.
of our difficulty, but at this time, with the budget and everything, you can't add, but a lot of people are looking for full-time. But hopefully we get a part-time person that has passion for Ellwood, because that's basically what it comes down to.
I agree. I think that has a lot to do with it, and I just hope that we benchmark ourselves against other successful programs, schools. Obviously, we're not going to do what the North Alleghenies and Pine Richlands do, just due to resources. But we need to look around and see what successful districts of our size do, and let's compete with them.
Thank you. We'll go to revenue and finance. Mr. Nancy.
Yeah, just 2 items this evening. On Thursday, we'll have IDEA sub-grant contracts for you. The first is the amount of $260,359. That's to be used only for special needs students. And 5182, that's to be used only for kindergarten. Mostly supplies is what we do. The other item under revenue and finance will be athletic insurance, and I've put together a tabulation for your consideration. It's a lot of numbers, a lot of stuff, but I'll go over here real quick and hopefully I can get some direction.
You want to hold that up so Matt can see?
I'll let Jen do that.
I was gonna say, I can take a picture and send it to him.
Yeah, just do that.
You need an extra?
Technology, huh?
Yeah.
She's gonna send you a pic.
What we basically have for our athletes the last bunch of
On its
years
way.
has been a program where the maximum benefit is $5 million. And it's a 100 excess plan, which means the insurance pays the first $100, Then the parent's insurance kicks in, and then after that, the insurance kicks back in up to, again, $5 million. If the parents don't have insurance, then this would become a primary coverage for them. It's no deductible, and it starts paying again right after that $100. You can see the premium history going back to 2007-8, starting at $77.14, and all the way up to what's proposed for 15-16, which is $10,149. To the right of that, you can see the experience, which means the payments that these insurance carriers have made over the last 4 years. The maximum amount we had paid out was $3,055. So what I tried to do is bring the board a couple of options. With the current program, which is with the Zurich Insurance Company, this is the Cadillac program. We can have exactly what we have right now for the $10,149. We can offer a program with a $250 deductible for $9,942, and the way that would work is the deductible would kick in first, so that's $250 that the parents would have to pay. Then it goes to the 100 excess, which the company pays, and then after that it would revert back if the parents don't have insurance. Or we can go to something with an 80% co-insurance, which is $91.19. So I tried to get some competing quotes, but there aren't that many carriers out there that provide this type of insurance. The one I was able to get is with a company called US Fire. They have a base program of $25,000 with a 2-year pay. And you can see that, you know, over the last bunch of years, $25,000 would have been more than adequate for us. If we, however, wanted to match apples to apples and go with a $5 million plan, we would have a $25,000 deductible, but the cost would be $8,370, a couple $1,000 savings. So I don't want to assume the board wants to do it one way or the other. I've tried to get as many options as I can, and these are what I've been able to come up with. So I'm looking for some directions as to what you would like to see presented on Thursday evening.
Question,
Sure.
$25,000 deductible. A child, God forbid, gets hurt playing football.
You mean 250?
No.
Is it 25,000?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So would his insurance, his,
Parents' insurance or the parents' out of pocket would be the first $25,000. So it's really not much of a trade-off.
no,
No.
not at all.
Right, because you don't want people to say, well, because we can't afford it, my child got hurt, even $250.
Well, I guess when you're looking at it from the perspective of $5 million, $25,000 isn't, I mean, it's a big number, but for a catastrophic injury, you know, $5 million is covered, but the $25,000, that's the stumbling block. So I don't know that's really an option, but again, it's what I was able to get from other companies at this point.
So you're saying if they spent the whole $5 million, they would owe the $25,000?
Well, they're gonna owe the $25,000 on a $5 million type claim. Yeah, the first base is $25,000, so they're covered to $25,000. If it's a catastrophic claim, then a $25,000 deductible kicks in up until the $5 million worth of coverage.
So they wouldn't have any deductible, say it was like $300 at the LC hospital?
Right, they'd be fine.
We would pay the insurance would pay
The
the
insurance
300?
would pay, yes.
All right, the current plan we have, we pay it all, right? The insurance company does.
We pay the first $100, then the parents kicks in, and then once the parents is exhausted, then our insurance covers it again. So it's 100,
If the parents don't have any insurance.
and it's primary right off the bat. This insurance would cover the whole thing.
Well, for the amount of money involved here, like $250 deductible, the difference is,
A couple $100.
$343. Yeah. No,
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
But the bottom one is a
Keep
completely
kids hurt.
different policy.
Pardon me?
The bottom one, though, the fire, US Fire,
Mhm.
that's a completely different policy, right?
It's a completely different company, yes.
Okay, so that the system and how it works is different. You're saying if I understood what you were saying to Kathy, was that if somebody got hurt and they went to the hospital, the whole thing was covered as long as it's not a catastrophic injury.
Up to $25,000
Up
for a
to
2-year
25.
period, right. But where you take the risk there is if you have a catastrophic,
Yeah.
25,000 spends pretty
Then the
quick.
parents have to come up with. No, I'm sorry.
For the rest of their life.
It's not enough, there's not enough money.
No.
And we
Yes,
have
sir.
sufficient funds in the budget to cover the $10,149, but again, I just wanted to show you,
Our current would be the top line. That's what-
yeah, it's the best one out there.
Are there any objections to having Mr. Zarone prepare a motion for that?
Keeping the current plan.
Keeping the
Yeah.
current plan?
Yep. You good, Matt?
Matt shook his
Yep.
head, he's good too.
And that's it
Matt.
under revenue and finance for Thursday, other than the accounts payable.
Okay, personnel education will do an executive, some properties and transportation, student affairs. We have two policies that we had posted from the last meeting, the suicide awareness, prevention, response, and also the volunteer policy was revised. So those two will be on the agenda for adoption. CRA challenges, we use CRA challenges as alternative education within the county. We purchased slots, we again purchased 5 slots at $11,745 per slot. They may be filled already, I think. Close. So we'll be starting the year with those. Lawrence County Drug and Alcohol Commission Agreement. We contract with Lawrence County Drug and Alcohol every year. It'll be submitted for your approval. The agreement calls for SCA to provide student assistance program dealing with drug and alcohol issues and provide alcohol, tobacco, and other drug prevention programs. And that contract is for $2,185. They come to our SAP meetings and work with students who get caught with those issues. And just some informational things. Mr. Drummond.
Yeah, I had, Kathy had asked a question about a check that we did cut to the school claims assurance in the amount of $528. So I just responded that that is for the income protection plan for 64 of our SEIU members, and it's $8.25 a month.
Thank you.
And then the other one on the voting delegates, I think Ms. Petrelli had gone last year, so if you or somebody else is interested in attending again, please let me know, and I can get that on the agenda for Thursday, and we'll get your name submitted to PSB.
I would like to go again if nobody else would like to.
Where's that at?
It's
Hershey,
in
Hershey.
Hershey.
When is it?
October 13th is the actual voting for the delegates, and then the PSBA school board assembly is the next 3. I think it is 3 more? 2 or 3 more. It's great. I learned a lot.
Okay, it looks like Mrs. Petrelli will be our representative.
Yay, Mrs.
That's
Petrelli.
all I have.
Miss Petrelli.
We'll go back to the visitors this time. Mr. Cunningham.
When's the first day of school?
August 26th.
Is there in-service for teachers before that?
Yeah, 2 days, 24th and 25th,
What days are those?
Monday, Tuesday.
Thank you much.
Any other questions, Mr. Cunningham, or comments?
It's going pretty well.
Okay. Mr. Wallace?
No, that's all for me.
Well, thank you.
I do have a question. The PSBA, when you brought it up again, remember last meeting, there was supposed to be put on the agenda for our dues and incorporating,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
not, and it's not on this agenda either. So I don't know whether it's been done, because you said it needed to be, it
For us
was.
to join the PSBA again.
Well, we're already in the PSBA, it was just a matter of which option
Okay,
you
so
wanted
that,
to choose.
it wasn't on last month's agenda,
I don't know that you
so
really, I mean, we can put it on if you want it on.
I don't know if it needs to be, but we discussed it, and I noticed it was.
I mean, I just took it from the board direction that you wanted the upgraded program, and that's
Great.
Okay.
Okay, we will stay for an executive session. Thank you, Mr.
I got 2 days off, the next 2 days.
All right, is it gonna rain?
I don't care.
Yes, come on.
They don't care.
I don't care if it rains. I will sit on my couch and even turn my fireplace on. Now granted,
I'm just.
I don't want winter.
In my mind, I'm thinking.
Okay, watch, that one.
I mean,
Just making sure.
The shape, the shape.
Pretty.
Will be good
I don't have
shape
too
for the
much
shape.
communicating. Signed out. And they were made out for the
Or
Ellwood.
we'll be doing 3, and then we'll do 9 tomorrow.
So everything would be 9 hours down.
So we'll do whatever I get.
That's the normal.
And then the plan is to have a vote on Thursday.
That's the one.
Hey, Rich. What were the 3 checks that we may have the Ellwood City School District?
3 checks, let me just look.
I don't know, I don't count two. 40, one was 40 and two were 500. I haven't seen 40 yet.
40,000, that's the money that goes into the flexible spending plan. And I'll have to look up with you, I can't recall off the top of my head. 40,000, I know that funds our flexible spending plan. So I put it in there, and then as people use the flexible spending, it comes out of the account. And then the $500, it could be postage, but again, I don't want to say without.
I have them right here, because I was just gonna ask about them. One is printing and copying cost transition.
This is a transition grant. This, we got that transition grant that Ms. Claiborne had gotten. So what we're basically doing, paying ourselves out of the grant for copying costs. And I think there was some.
Secretarial
So it's like a ledger transfer. And the other one says clerical support transition
Same thing.
grants.
Same with these. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Matt.
house.
Turn the
I
lights
I
on.
knew that 500 was.
What's that?
Turn the light on in that room here.
No, he's